You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the September 3rd meeting for the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Walker, would you call the roll, please?
Yes. Mr. Glidden,
Here.
Mr. Hoffman. Present. I'm sorry, Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Lavis.
Here.
Ms. Ward.
Here.
Present.
Thank you. Yeah. Minutes of the previous meeting, August 20th, 2025, been provided to us. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
There was the one correction on the copy that you guys got. It was missing some names on it, and I filled the names in to who motioned and who seconded.
Any other comments? We need a motion then.
I move that we approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carry.
We have table business, Patriot Park baseball team fundraiser. We need to have a motion to take that off the table.
A motion to take the Patriot Park baseball team fundraiser off the table, please, Mr. President.
Second, Mr. President.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So we actually have John Jackson here today to answer some questions for you guys. Come on up to the mic. You have to state your name and your address when you come up. And he brought one of the players from the team with him as well, even though he's supposed to be at practice right now.
He's only here because it's raining.
Yeah.
No, we got an indoor facility.
Don't tell us that.
Well, it's owned by
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Joomla Flyers. My name is John Jackson, 5356 North 600 West, Michigan City, Indiana. I had just reached out to Mr. Walker and asked him about doing a fundraiser out at Patriot Park, the 3 small fields in the back. They used to call them tavern tournaments, 16-inch, 14-inch, and 12-inch. It would be co-ed, because that is what draws teams to any types of tournaments or fundraisers. And so a little bit about these boys here. This is my nephew, Joseph. They started as a little 9U single A team. Halfway through the year last year, we went straight from single A, bumped all the way up to major. That is the highest level of baseball that you can play at any level, 12U on up. And I would say out of the 12 kids, there are 5 that go to the Michigan City schools. The rest of them go to like private schools and boarding schools. They're all from the LaPorte Porter area, so we're all right here. You know, we were talking, he's like, we never get to play out there. Well, you guys don't host like BPA, or they only host like BPA or NSA. They can only play U-Trip and JP Sports because of their rank. So we were just asking, you know, if we could use the 3 fields in the back to host a tournament. We are 501(c). I have the EIN number and sponsorship forms. You know, you guys put your names on it. You can go on the banner. We put you on the banner, you know, that you approved it, you helped us out there. We just went to New York to play in Cooperstown, which is 12U only, and that's any kid's dream to go play. And this team actually beat every team there, and they came home champions.
Congratulations.
And then actually that was to end our season. To begin our season, we were invited to a major tournament in Panama City Beach, December 26th through January 3rd, and we won that tournament.
Right.
So it just shows that this team can go anywhere, and it does take a lot of funds and expenses for example, New York was $46,000. It was 2,300 per player. They got to stay in the bunkhouse, trade pens with other teams, like team pens, and then they had their rare pens. But it was a good experience for them. And there's really, there's no competition around this area, so we have to travel. And that's where, sponsorships and fundraisers help us get these kids to play in these tournaments because they're not cheap to play in, but it does, the fundraising doesn't pay for like their stays or anything. It just pays for tournaments. And each tournament runs about $1,000 to $1,500 anymore, depending on where you go and where you play. They all have to be AB honor roll students. We do grade checks every 6 weeks, and if they do not have A's and B's, they will sit out until those grades are brought up or until the next report cards come out. And if they miss any practices in between there, well, there's obviously comes disciplinary action because you didn't come to practice because you're not playing. Should have kept your grades up. So he is pretty much all A's, maybe a B here and there, but they do practice 3 times a week. And he showed it off in New York and Florida, got his first legit home run in Florida on 300-foot fences, and then comes back and does the same thing in New York to actually win the game. So they finished 50, 14, and 2 last year.
Oh, wow.
And we do carry insurance for the team and anywhere we go and play. Our head coach is a personal injury lawyer at Allen and Allen Law Firm, so probably the best insurance you can have for any player or spectator and coverage from him. So insurance wouldn't be an issue. If you need a copy of our insurance, we can get that for you and get you whatever you need. We were looking a weekend in October if it's free for you guys out there. We would take care of the fields. We have our own rates, paint. The only thing we may need, because the beds are different, are bases. But that is the only thing. We'll take care of the fields, the dragging them before and after, and leaving it cleaner when we leave than what it was when they got there. And the kids will all be out there running around helping, can't let them play or umpire, but they can help. If somebody needs waters or drinks, they'll run and get them for everybody. And so, you got anything for them, buddy?
Wow. No, I don't know, you said it all.
You would well over your feet. Maybe they can ask you.
It's an adult tournament though.
Yes, it would be adult co-ed tournament. Yes. Just like they run out there now, 5 men, 5 women, or 6 and 6, or however you can goes up. But yes, co-ed, and it'll bring. We've probably got 12 teams that have already said they would be committed if we could get it. And just that, I grew up playing at Patriot Park, and the fields are the perfect location for different people traveling. It could be good for the city also with the hotels, because there are teams from Illinois, Michigan, Ohio that would come up and play, because they're nationally known. So they've already got teams asking, when are you doing this tournament? So, well, I'll give you a date when I can get one. So
Well, impressive. The whole thing.
we hold them high. And we got 12 kids, and we play 9, our best 9. And if they start struggling, we'll pull them and let them regroup, and then put them back in the next game, or put them back in that same position. So they have to make sure their grades are up, and we very encourage them, arm core, strength, everything. So.
I have to say thank you. It's really commendable showing, to show the kids that while sports it's fun and you're good at what you're doing as a child, make sure that your grades are up and your focus on the scholastic side is very commendable. So, I want to say thank you, and even teaching the discipline in them as well. that the discipline and the athletic side, but also if your grades are down, your grades are slipping, you need to be disciplined on both sides, on and off the field. It's great balance. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Any, and your recommendation was not to waive the fee, but 50% or what, or was that up to us?
I didn't go into fee changes. The 50% would be accustomed to everything else that we do across the board as far as rentals.
Is it 200 a field per day? Is that the going rate?
Yeah.
So then if you have a 501c3, then you get it it would be half, right? What customary is half, any 501 is half, right?
Yes. And that's what we do for rentals for one time a year. You can have the one-time rental of a facility for 50% off for a nonprofit.
I think what you're doing is a great thing. My only concern is that if we waive the fee totally for this for you, that we're going to have 50 groups come here in the next 2 months and want to use this as fundraisers. And I totally understand that. So, I mean, I think
I do understand what you're saying, sir,
but I want the kids, I mean, I'm like torn here because I'm like, man, it'd be great. And I know how much, as a parent who's involved in travel sports, how much money this stuff costs and fundraisers and everything. But the other thing is I'm just sitting up here as a board member going, if we totally waive the fees, then that's what it's asking here. Then, I mean,
What I was gonna, and I think I said it to Mr. Walker on the phone, I know I didn't ask, for the waive of it. I think it'd be more beneficial. I understand goes down 100, so $300. Say we charge $250 per team to enter, 25 per team would go to the park and park board just for, the bases and letting us use the field, which you would come out ahead on that if you want to go that route too. So we're, very open, just, looking for a facility to use for a fundraiser before it gets too cold out.
sure.
Before everything else kicks off. So however you guys would like.
I'm not opposed to, that 50%. Looking at this, it's not just a 50% that we're looking for some random team. We're talking about a nationally recognized team here that not just people locally know these kids, but people across the nation. And you just stated that there's other teams that want to come to Michigan City to play the nationally recognized team. I think that says a lot. And to have it on in Patriot Park, knowing that this is our park, this is our team, and you're coming to play us. Just that the way it sounds and the presentation of it, I wouldn't be opposed to 50%.
But this is an adult term.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But I'm talking about that presentation, knowing that it's still that team is bringing in starting an adult league.
We had a
or
team
adult-
fly in from Hawaii to play us last year. We paid them to come play us.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just think, I mean, I'm going to make a motion here when we're done, but instead of 25 a team, because that's going to cut into more of your profits, 300 flat would be half price, which was what kind of is customary for the parks. And then that way you guys would save even more for the kids.
Okay.
Just
And then how
just
are
my
you
2 cents.
guys just asking, like, hot dogs, hamburgers, would you guys want to use your concession stand, or could we throw up a pop-up tent? Because we have a restaurant owner, parent, that owns multiple restaurants. If you want the safe certified person out there, handling the food, or if you want to open your concessions. That way, everybody wins all the way around and people aren't leaving to go get food. They're on base.
I have no idea about that.
So we're under contract with the concessionaire, but his contract ends at the end of September. He can request, I believe, another month if we have tournaments scheduled. But I think he would be fine with you doing that. We just have to check with him and make sure we're not breaching anything in our contract.
Are those tournaments though kind of city run, or are they
The
private?
NSA BPA, if it goes into October, the concessionaire has the right to extend the lease, but there's nothing on the books
But,
Pretty much he's
Yeah.
done for the season.
but is this a special event or would that be included underneath that? What
I
you're
don't know.
talking
We
about?
need to check our
Yeah,
contract.
because then otherwise I would say let him. let
I
them
agree. I
make one-
think
Right. yeah.
our concessionaire will agree that he's done for the season. We just have to make sure we do it correctly.
right.
In writing,
Yeah.
not to breach the contract.
Mhm.
Correct.
And is there any kind of caveat with the fact that these kids are in the public school or even in the school system in Michigan City? As far as, it may be stretching it, but with the reciprocity we have with the school system to use our facilities at times and the why, like how we do that with that. I don't even know exactly how.
It's just not a school run program.
Not a school run program.
Yeah.
I just thought I would ask. Yeah.
We do use the Y through, my other brother's team. He plays for, actually one of the high school coaches. They used the Y last year for practices in the winter. We literally practice 365 days a year. I mean, not every day, but that's year round. We practice Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, or Thursdays and Saturdays, so 4 days.
Wow.
Just it gives the kids options that are playing football or other sports to come, still get their 2 hours in and keep them moving. So, cause you know what happens when you sit around, you don't wanna go back. And he did. He's natural, and you know how some kids have to work and to be good. Him and my brother get into it all the time, cause just from day one, this whole team, I can tell you, this whole team, there's a couple of kids on the team that had to work to become a lot better. And there's some that just is natural to them, you know, it's just like riding a bike. And
Sure.
you guys want a tournament out there, a baseball tournament in the spring or something, we could draw major teams, cause that's the only teams we can play, or we would have to bump it to 14U. But we could also, if you guys would like, I talked to the head coach, he wouldn't be opposed to it, but bring in a major level tournament out there where you do see teams from Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, teams flying in like they did last year. But if that's something that you guys would like to, I could talk to him, because we're always looking to play, but we have to, like our fall ball, they're only 13U this next year. We gotta play 14U open for fall ball, because nobody will let us in their league.
Mhm.
So,
Any more questions from the board?
We need a,
Public comment.
we decided on a motion that to, earn the 50% or, you know,
Wouldn't
formalize what we're gonna
public
do.
comment come first? You could probably make a motion.
Can I make a motion to do that?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna make a motion that we,
Shouldn't that public comment then?
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
Vote first.
Are we good?
Yeah,
I motion to, for the baseball team fundraiser, to rent the fields at a half price discount of $100 per field, for the day.
Wait, we should have did public comment first.
Nope.
Public comment first.
Public comment first.
Tommy.
Motion, then the vote.
Yes, this is Tommy Kolovic from 1316 Ohio Street. After your last meeting, I went upstairs and spoke with Mayor Angie, and she said she's willing to cover the fees for this tournament out of her contributions that she receives from her mayor's ball. That was one of the issues. Well, the whole thing about our mayor's ball is to help youth and tournaments. Believe it, I know what he's going through. As you all know, we've made multiple trips to the Pop Warner Super Bowl at the ESPN Wide World a sports complex in Orlando. So, you know, we were the 2010 National Junior Pee Wee champions. They still got the signs up when you come into town. You know, one of the members of that team was a guy by the name of Braden Fisk, and I think you all know he's playing on Sundays for the Rams. You know, they also not now the Pop Warner. It's the cheer. If you ever been there down to that tournament, the cheerleading is huge. Don't knock cheerleading. That is like a multi-million-dollar industry. But you know, so I've been through this. So yeah, I think it would maybe partner with Jack Arnett at LaPorte County Convention and Bureau. If you're talking bringing major teams, you know, they stay at our hotels, eat in our restaurants. You know, that's really one of his objectives. But you know, I know Mayor Angie says she's willing to cover these fees. So I hope you all approve of this and everything. They have a great tournament and a great time. And I'm really glad the kids are going to be cleaning up the field, because that's what we used to do. We used to go around Gill Field and Ames Field after the word and pick it up and, you know, help everything out. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have to close public?
Any other public comment?
All right, I'm gonna motion that we can, that we, allow them to use the, fields at Patriot Park on October 11th, at $100 per field.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Congrats, man.
Thank you. Good luck.
Can I say something to this young man? Your uncle said that you're just good, just from day one. Even so, keep going hard. Go hard all the time, because you never know. You're playing in these fantastic tournaments and games, and you never know who's in the stands. You never know who's there, and somebody's probably want to give you a scholarship, recruiting you right now. And so you always want to be on your best and always go hard.
It's up at 5:15 every morning, probably hit 300 balls, 4.5. And we have professional coaches that come in, to work with them.
Awesome. Good luck, guys.
Appreciate it.
Hope we get a bunch of teams.
Thank you. And then whoever I can get a hold of. Okay, thank you guys. Do you
Get to
want these
practice.
Forms here. It's got our EIN number on it.
You can give it to Will, I'm sure.
We go right there.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
New business,
Yeah.
2026 golf season pass rules and refund policy.
Yes, there's a couple of changes to what was included in your packet. First of all, after meeting with our golf professional, and after thinking a long time about why we offered a 10% discount at the end of the year, I'm going to recommend to the park board that we no longer do that. So the park's been doing that for decades, but it stems from some bad years when we weren't going to end up in the black. So to try to get a revenue push in November and December when we were closed, we would offer that discount. We're nowhere near
Mhm.
going into the red.
Right.
We have a healthy cash balance. So I just don't see the value in giving that 10% discount anymore. We have a lot of items on our capital list that need to be funded at the golf course. This would only generate $6,300 based on this year's sales. So that's the first recommendation. Under the first rule, pass is valid from March 1st to November 30th. We'd like to change that it's valid in 2026 from opening day until the courses are closed for the season. And the caveat that courses may be closed at any time to inclement weather or poor playing conditions. Because if we are open on December 1st, and we have been many, many times, we don't want to charge our members to play. It's really an annual pass, so I don't know where those dates came from either. And then I did take out the 10% discount on merchandise, and Paul asked me to add that back in. He thinks that we should keep that value to our members, so I agree. So those would be the 3 changes for the season pass. Now, I would tell you, if you decide not to do the 10%, there is no rush on me ordering passes. So normally this comes to you way before the fees for next year, because I've got to get the passes to start selling them November 1st. So that's why this is here early. If you want to keep the 10% fee, then I would ask that you vote on it tonight so I can get them ordered and get them in time.
Okay.
How many total passes are sold in the 6342 revenue?
Off the top of my head, I can't answer that. And that's because we shrank the passes down. We had 28 different types. So I do have that number in my office. I can email it to you tomorrow, but off the top of my head, I can't remember. So this year it was only 7, and it was with cart, without cart. We actually sold less passes and made more money. But I don't want to throw a number out there because I don't know off the top of my head.
But also, even without that 10%, we're still less than everyone around us, aren't we? As far as the cost to play golf at a city public course.
Yes, so
I think
Paul
we've
and I
gone over that
working
many
on
times. Yeah.
We're working on the
everything,
fees right
the
now.
Rates and the passes and the,
And he is
Yeah.
recommending some increases, so all of
Mhm.
those will come to
Yeah.
you in October.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it's really only fair. I mean, everything is so expensive and there are a lot of needs out there. So,
We're in the red at the golf course or no?
We are not.
We're not.
We
No.
used to be.
But we were the year that this 10% was brought in, just to give us some cash flow year on, so we would end in the black. But then it just seems to be carried over year after year, and I don't see a reason for that.
Do you think it's gonna deter people? I mean, from buying a pass or not?
I don't think the
That's-
10% is gonna deter them. You know, our players like our course. It's their home course, and but impossible to answer that till
Yeah, I'm just concerned that we've done this for so long that now we're gonna tell the guys, oh yeah, by the way, the prices are going up. And there's no 10%. That's just me. I know a lot of, when I go out to the golf course, a lot of them are retirees or retirement age, and now we're gonna hit them with another 10% on their fees to golf if we're not in the red. I mean, 63.42 isn't the like biggest number I've seen for revenue. I'm just concerned about that for people that have had passes for 15, 20 years out there that do this every year.
How long have you been offering or have we been offering the 10% off?
decades.
Yeah.
25 years, maybe.
Do most of our sales come during the 10% discount?
Mm.
I wouldn't say most, but there's a lot. If I had to guess, probably 35%. But the way Paul and I discussed it is everything's going to increase because that's what's happening. Everything's going up. So taking the 10% away does make the price of the pass go up, but the price of the green fees are going to be recommended to be increased as well. So kind of across the board, everything's going up.
And I think that's what you were saying,
Yeah.
Mr. Labus, the person who is normally purchasing at a 10% discount is now going to be paying at an increased price and without a discount. So it's going to
Well, no,
hit them
because
more than it would.
they don't pay greens fees if they have the pass.
Oh, yeah, it
So
does.
the increase is the 10%.
Yeah. The passes aren't gonna go up though, then? If we're increasing the green fees, the season passes will go up, correct?
The season passes, when they come to you October, Paul's recommendation is the pass doesn't increase. You're just taking away the 10% discount. So
Okay.
the retail price is the same, but the consumer is gonna be paying more because the discount's gone.
Okay.
But otherwise, the green fees will go up.
That's gonna be his recommendation, yes. So we're still working that out, but on most of them, yes, he wants an increase.
And the total package price is, I know it ranges depending on if you get a card or not, but it's around like six,
700
yeah,
And 14 with cart.
yeah. Mhm. So you're talking $70. Yeah.
Any other comment from the board? Any comment from the public? What's your pleasure?
When does when will the new fees come out? When will we be voting on that?
We're aiming for your first meeting in October
Okay.
or department wide.
I mean, I wonder like if we should just look at it all together. Do you guys want to look at it all together?
Well, the problem is if you do the sale in November and you don't vote on this until October 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
I won't have passes, physically have the passes
Yeah.
to sell.
The passes are valid though for 2026, right?
Right.
Yeah. So,
But we only offered him in that short window year end.
mhm. Yeah,
So it was November 1st to, I believe it's December 30th.
yeah.
This year.
How long does it take to get the passes?
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's why we always bring you this piece early.
Right.
We need a motion to table or to approve the policy or disavow the policy.
But how do you guys feel?
That's I'm being honest, I'm on the fence with it. I totally understand everything. I can't. Yeah, it's the 10% for me. I know it's not that much. However, for somebody who's used to it, we're talking for decades. And I'm used to that and trying to explain to them, hey, we're going to take more, and to explain to them that no, we weren't in the red. Yeah,
Well, but we also want to stay out of the red.
yeah.
So just because we're not in the red doesn't mean that's
I'm-
the
I'm-
whole purpose of it.
But I'm talking as far as how they're going to hear it and
Yeah.
how they're going to try and. I
Understand.
totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that we do want to stay out of the red. And
Yeah.
either way, the price is going to go up, whether it's this or that. So I understand what you guys are saying, like the 10%, that's totally valid, but the price will go up. And then minus the 10%.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
So
if you're giving them a discount, but then Paul comes back with a recommendation that all the greens fees are going up, so now the passes are going up,
mhm,
they're still paying more either way. I just don't understand why this 10% has carried over with the reasoning behind it when it's not been valid for a long time.
mhm, yeah. Well, and they probably don't know that. So I see your guys' point that if we take that away, they're not going to care about all the reasoning, just
But
that
just like
take it away.
everything else, you know, it used to cost $8 to park in Washington Park
Right.
and now it's 20.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything's going up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And we have, raised our greens fees and have not. No, we did raise the package prices too. We have raised those along the way at some points,
It's-
right?
I want to say the majority of the green fees have not been raised in 3 or 4 years,
For the packages.
not the packages, the greens fees. So again, I'd have to go back. I just met with
Yeah.
Paul last week and, we were looking
Yeah.
at history and how long has it been since
Yeah.
we increased this or that?
Right.
And how much was it?
Right.
Yeah, I don't recall last time.
Yeah.
Do you, Mike? Last time season pass
Season pass.
raised? Few years ago?
So it was around the same time when it was green fees? Would you say roughly? Okay. Which would be about the 3-4 years ago that you're saying.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, what the board could do is table this tonight. I
But
could send you more information on how many passes we sold the last times that they were increased. And then if you keep the sale price and I need the passes, I guess worst cases, we could be selling them without the physical pass and then have to assign them to the people later and get them to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a workaround. It's not ideal for
Yeah.
our staff, but we can look at
Yeah.
this. So we could do that. And we could put a rush on them with our vendor.
Okay.
So that would buy you a little more time to consider it and get some more information.
Need a motion.
I would make a motion to table the 2026 golf season pass rules and refund policy to the next meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Approval of the Wings of Wonder exhibit bid documents.
Yes, thank you. So the city council approved on second and third reading last night, the additional appropriation out of our park concession cash balance, which gives us funding to put this project up to bid. Thank you, Councilman Dabney. He sponsored this and pushed it through on second and third reading. So in your packet tonight is our standard template bid document packet. It has been reviewed and approved by Attorney Nuremberg. And I would ask that you approve this
Thank you.
tonight. If you do, bids will go out tomorrow. And I did provide you with a schedule. So you can see when it'll be posted in the newspaper. There'll be pre-bid meetings, et cetera, et cetera. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
I've seen it. Thank you. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public?
Yes, this is Tommy Kolovic from 1316 Ohio Street again. Just like Shannon said, the city council last night passed this ordinance unanimously on third tweeting.
Stop it, Tom.
Thank you.
You're gonna be banned from the exam for bad bird jokes, for offending our flock.
There you go now.
I motion to approve for the Wings of Wonder exhibit bid document.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We have a special purchase request for Fetters Alley Playground equipment.
So Fetters Alley, the entire project is not funded at this time. We're still 1.44 million short of putting this out to bid. There is a very long lead time on the custom equipment that we want to order. And the city really wants us to spend out our ARPA funding. So there's $750,000 in ARPA funding attached to this project. And although I've never, ever done this in my entire career, I did ask the mayor if it made sense and if she would approve spending the ARPA money on the equipment and buying it in advance, even though the construction has not been fully funded yet. So we have a lot of different options as far as getting to the funding point or bidding alternatives and taking things out that we can't afford. So I don't think this is a real high risk, and it puts us in a good position when we do go out to bid that our equipment is done. With the tariffs and all the situations going on around the world, this long lead time could get longer and longer. So we'd like to get it on order. There's no additional fee from either of the vendors, pardon me, to store this equipment and deliver it when we ask them to deliver it. So they both have very large warehouses that they can keep it in. So if this board approves of the special purchase tonight, we would be able to purchase. They will start manufacturing our specialty equipment. Hopefully the long lead times don't get longer. And then the second special purchase provision in here is we've got savings to a governmental unit because they do government pricing. So one of them is giving us $9,200 off and the other discount was, where is it? It was substantial. Feel like I'm missing a page. I want to say it was over $50,000 savings to order it all at once. And I'm not seeing that. Is it on your copy, Laura?
No.
Do you recall what it was?
No, I remember asking you.
Yeah, it was substantial.
You see the one. Thank you, Drew. I do see the one for 10% from recreation.
Right.
side.
Yeah, the other one was like 56,000, I believe. So we do qualify under Indiana special purchase laws that it's savings to a governmental body. And the other company can be considered single source because this is custom equipment designed just for our park. It's in a nature theme. And then they also have a contract with the government that the government bids this out and doesn't require us to go through the bid process because they've already done that for us. So this qualifies for special purchase. We can skip the whole bidding, the newspaper ads. So yeah, I would ask that you approve this tonight so we can get this on order.
Any comments?
Oh, here's your, I'm sorry. The discount on the second vendor is $53,240. So that's substantial. I don't know why I have the second. I must have missed a page in the contract.
Is this the vendor we've been working with this whole project or?
So we're working with Hitchcock Design Group.
Mhm,
So they're the ones that are actually doing the design,
Mhm.
engineering, and bid specs.
mhm.
But these two companies, their equipment was spec'd.
Mhm.
But we can purchase ahead of time outside of that contract, the construction contract.
Mhm.
So yes, we would have 3 vendors at this time.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? I've never done it this way, so it's a little odd, but it's allowable
Mhm.
They're gonna house it. I mean, that's
for no fee.
for no, because didn't they say that when they came? Yeah, I mean, they said they would do that. I mean, that's till we can get it ready and go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And in case there is a delay in construction, will they still store it for free? Doesn't go through a certain period and then.
Yeah, in worst case, when we spoke to the mayor about this, if we can't get to our construction mark, and we want to stay on schedule for next year, we'll remove the restroom building and have to seek funding outside of this project for that. That's the only thing I can remove and move forward.
Mm.
So there's not a huge risk that the project won't get constructed.
Mhm.
Might just be in 2 phases.
Yeah, okay.
But I think the restroom building is extremely important, so
Mhm.
I'm not in favor of taking it
Yeah,
out, but
for sure.
that's plan B to keep it going.
Mhm. Okay.
Thank you. Any other
You're welcome.
comments from the board?
Mm-mm.
Any comments from the public? Ben, what's your pleasure?
Sorry. I was daydreaming here for a little bit. I'm sorry. I will make a motion to approve the special purchase request for the Feathers Alley playground equipment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution number 1073. I'll read them. There's 2 resolutions. I'll read the beginning once and then specifics later. Resolution 1073, whereas the superintendent of the Department of Parks and Recreation has reported that certain transfer funds are necessary within the budget of the Michigan City Department of Parks and Recreation because of unanticipated expenses from various accounts, which accounts do not have sufficient funds available for disbursements for said expenses. And whereas there are funds available for said purposes in various other accounts, which are not expected to be paid from said accounts during the remainder of this budget year. And whereas the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board has determined that said expense to move the account out of negative is necessary, and an account transfer should be made in order to meet the said expenses. Now therefore be it resolved that the following transfer be made from the following named accounts to the following named accounts for the purpose stated therein. Decrease fund 2204.504 Zoo Fund, clothing, safety equipment, $522, medical supplies, $285, tires and tubes, $300. Increase fund 2204.504, maintenance fund, repairs, maintenance buildings, $822, and repairs, maintenance others, $285, dated this 3rd day of September 2025. Any explanation or?
Just our year-end transfers, you'll start seeing quite a few of these as some accounts run out of money and we need it in others.
Motion?
I motion to approve resolution 10073.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 1074 has the same 3 first paragraphs, and now therefore be it resolved that the following transfer of funds be made from the following named accounts to the following named accounts for the purposes stated therein. Decrease fund 2505.000 Zoo Education Fund, other supplies, $1,411. Increase fund, maintenance fund 2204.504, $1,411. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Need a motion?
I motion to approve resolution number 1074.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have a 2026 Youth Baseball Spring registration changes and highlights.
Yeah, so going through everything for baseball, there are a couple minor changes that happen, actually just 2 changes really. One is adding in a late fee We always get to the deadline day and have a flood of people who forget to register. We usually allow people to continue to register until we even out teams. But even that is a burden on the office when we're trying to get sanctioning and uniforms and teams sorted the right way with all 4 divisions and everything. It becomes a lot trying to get it all rushed before so we can get uniforms in on time and out to the teams before picture day. So we want to add a fee, a late fee, $25 late fee. And that's for people who missed the first 3 months of signups and trying to get in at the last minute. The other thing that we're doing, we're starting the whole league 2 weeks earlier. We want to be completely done with spring baseball before the 4th of July, and it's been kind of carrying on weeks after, and attendance really goes down on teams after the 4th of July. So we want to make sure that all the teams are fully teamed for their tournaments. Outside of that, no major changes.
Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Any fee changes other than the,
No fee changes for this year.
thank you.
Yeah, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street, as far as the fees and the charges. So again, reach out to Mayor Angie. She must take in about $125,000 for her mayor's ball. I know the last 2 years, I think that's about what she's taken in. I actually talked to Ron Muir before during the campaign time. He said during his 8 years, he raised $250,000 for his mayor's ball and the mayor's golf outings. Angie's equaled that just in her first 2 years. So, that's quite, it's mostly for the youth and the beautification of the city, and whatnot. I just say, just go ahead and improve this. So good luck to y'all.
Thank you. Need a motion.
I move that we approve the changes and highlights in the YBL 2026 registration.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have a memorandum of understanding between the community development and the park board.
Yes, this is our annual MOU with Community Development Block Grant for the Walker Street Community Garden. This board has approved this MOU starting in 2018 and every year after. The only thing that has changed in the agreement is the dates. So the term would be October 1, 2025 through September 30, 2026. And then we also added in how much funding we have left to spend on the garden. Right now it's at $51,579 and some change. So we do have some projects in the works out there. We're building a larger work shed, looking at possible greenhouses out there so they can start growing their own seedlings, a small orchard. So the garden's growing. It's doing very well. I should have a year-end report for you in October when all their events are over. But they're doing a great job. Lots of great programming. If you have time, stop out. It's harvest season. There's a lot going on. So Laura did review this. I did let her know that this is their language, so I didn't think we really could edit much of it. But it's the same agreement you've approved since 2018.
Any comment from the board? Any comment from the public? And what's your pleasure?
My motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between the community development and the parks.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Reports of officers, the superintendent's report, Mrs. Eason.
Yes, thank you. All of our department directors attended frontline leadership training that was mandated by the mayor. The classes were 3 hours or so long, so we did that the week of August 19th. And last week I met with representatives from the DNR. They approached me with some Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant funding that's out there right now with no match. So the funding is for engineering and specifications for any projects that qualify under this particular grant. I do have a project in mind, so we met on site and it's a bank stabilization project at the Waste Inc. site on the south side of Singing Sands Trail. I just feel that if Trail Creek rises to the levels it was 8 or 10 years ago, that it could start washing out the trail itself. There's not much of a buffer there. The EPA, actually it's an EPA funded grant. So I'll be meeting with one of their representatives at Lake Michigan Coastal Programs annual meeting, which they've chosen to have in Michigan City. That's great. So they'll be highlighting some of our projects like the old bandstand restoration, the old Lighthouse Museum restoration, but an EPA rep will be here and is interested in getting some more details on this. And interestingly enough, EPA still has jurisdiction over the Waste Inc. site where this project would be, and they're interested in more trail amenities or public amenities, which helps them kind of showcase when you clean properties up, you can make them beneficial. So I think we would tie in like fishing access, bank stabilization, maybe some benches, things like that for the trail users. So I'm excited about that because again, there's no match. Which rarely occurs in the grant world. Pat Volz and I attended a project coordination meeting for the removal of trees in the city. I reported earlier that this is being funded through a $1 million grant through the tree board. So we are the beneficiary of losing 18 trees in Washington Park, 7 at the zoo, 52 at the golf course, and several others in some of our neighborhood parks that were deemed to be dangerous. We did instruct the contractor at this pre-construction meeting that he has to be very careful with the zoo and the golf course. So we've instructed him to schedule site visits with our directors, especially the golf course. You know, we made it very clear that you cannot just go out there and mobilize and start taking trees down as you might at Gardena. So, you know, Mike's going to have to tell them where you can go, when you can go there, what you can take there. And we're hoping if they do it late in the year that possibly the ground will start freezing and would be a little more stable. As far as the zoo, we want them after the visitor season is over. We're open weekends in November. All their work has to be done by December 31st under the grant. But I think they'll work us into the schedule where it's best for us, where we're not closing down exhibit spaces. I also instructed them to meet with the zoo director. It is possible, depending on where they're working, that some of the species would have to be moved. So that takes time. So we were glad to meet with them ahead of time because I think a lot of the contractors just assume you just go in the zoo and cut the tree down. Well, you're over a wolf exhibit, so there's a little bit more to it than. So they were very understanding. And we also asked them to get the trees out of Washington Park as soon as possible because, believe it or not, holiday lights will be going up very shortly. We are already reported this, working on preparing our fee recommendations. Hope to have those to you the first meeting in October. And then just to remind everyone of some upcoming events, the Michigan City Skate Park mural ribbon cutting ceremony will be Saturday the 13th at 11 a.m. at Pullman Park. That should be a great time. Free food, free music. There's skateboard giveaways, razor scooter giveaways. Semi-pro skaters will be out there doing demos and giving lessons. So it'll be a good time. And then Trail Creek Week will be held in Hanson Park Monday through Friday, September 15th through the 19th. So if you have time, stop out. It's a great program to see the kids out there learning about our environment and paddling Trail Creek, which most of them have never done before. And then that will be followed by the Creekness Stakes Canoe Race on Saturday, September 20th, 9-ish. People start arriving for registration. This year we're moving it to the East Street Bridge, so it won't be in Hanson Park. We're doing kind of a bridge festival to keep everything in one area so you can watch the racers and people aren't having to go back and forth. So stop out and cheer us on. We'll have a team in there this year and we're going to win Team Spirit again. 5 years in a row.
Yeah,
You can't beat Park and Rec for Team Spirit.
you got spirit. Yes, we do.
Well, we never win the race, but
But we got spirit.
we have spirit. And I have no vandalism to report.
That's good. Thank you, Mrs. Easton. Mr. Walker, the Assistant Superintendent's report.
Yep. Okay. So just running through events for the month. This weekend, Saturday, September 6th, is a City Summer Comedy Jam. Tickets are still on sale, $45 a piece. Door opens at 5:30. Should be a good night. It's gonna be a little chilly. So wear your hoodie and bring a blanket. No, it's gonna be a good night though. This month's Pour and Paint is next Thursday, September 11th, at 5:30 at Krieger Memorial Hall. We have lowered the price to $15, and this month we'll be doing a owl rock painting with a canvas background. Special, pretty. The next day we'll have on Friday, September 12th, we'll have the next Bike to City. We'll be leaving at 6 p.m. from the IBU NECA building. Everybody must wear a helmet, and kids under 15 must be accompanied with adult. We do that for two reasons. Number one, we only really ride for about an hour. And we don't want to get in a situation where a kid is left there waiting for a ride. Number two, we kind of want the parent to ride with the child, just to create that moment. There's not a lot of families go bike riding anymore. That's a nice moment for a kid or even a family to have. So that's why we say on a lot of things that we do, kids under 15 must be accompanied by adult, because we do want more of that interaction within families. September 25th is the next trail hike. We had a couple in the spring. Now in the fall, we're going to bring them back. September 25th at Canada Park, Bismarck Hill. We'll take the steep hike up top to the hill. Try to get that one out the way before it's any snow or wet grounds happening. And then the Murder Mystery Masquerade Party got moved from Halloween night to November 1st, the next night. So now nobody has to choose whether or not the kids get to have fun or they get to have fun. Have fun with your kids on Halloween, and then leave them at home the next night and come out to the murder mystery party. The tickets for that are $35, and they are both on sale on Eventbrite, or you can call in to the park department. We'll help you. And that's it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Planning Commission liaison, Mr. Hoffman.
So the Plan Commission did not meet on the 26th. The meeting was canceled to end of the month.
Thank you. I am the Port Authority liaison, and their next meeting is September 8th. They have not met since our last meeting. Mr. Labus, the Zoological Society.
The Zoological Society and the Historic are looking at a fundraiser on November 2nd. It's going to be with the Historical Society. It'll be a historical tour and an animal talk at Washington Park Zoo, if they get everything squared away, is what Mr. Stimley told me they're working on. And I didn't know, but the Boo at the Zoo is not a Zoological Society event. That's run by the zoo. So if you're interested in donations or being a sponsor, please contact the zoo. I know they're always looking for people for Boo at the Zoo, which is a good time.
Thank you. Mrs. Nuremberg, the
No.
attorney's report.
Thank you. I have nothing to report.
All right. Director's reports. There are none. Department of Finances, Mrs. Sperling.
Yeah.
I actually need some paperwork. And so,
Oh,
I know. Sorry, then. I don't know why they didn't register with it.
While we have this, any,
We do the public comments now.
we can go to any comments from the public while we're here?
Yeah. Go, Tommy.
Yes, Tommy Kolovic, maybe some rumors I've heard. I heard that the park board in the city might be transferring Ruby Woods over to Shirley Hines Land Trust. Is there anything to that? One other thing, I really enjoyed attending the Oktoberfest events this weekend at Washington Park. And Friday at noon, I went and seen the Irish folk band, For Pete's Sake, with the Dan Mosier and his guys. I was starting to get a little hungry, so I went over to the food trucks and artesian market. I went over and enjoyed some of the Cool Runnings Jamaican Jerk Chicken, and I placed my order, and I said to the woman, "Hey, you want to know something? It just so happens that I'm Jamaican too." And she looks at me like I'm crazy or something. And then I replied, "Well, that's right, because Jamaican me happy, man." I had a good time all week. I went and seen the Get Together band on Saturday evening, and Monday I went, Sunday evening, and Monday I went and seen Eddie Carosa and the boys and the girls from Illinois. He's going to be back at the Scat Post in November, so really keep up the good work. And one more thing, there's a social media post, people complaining about the parking fees not going to any upgrades to the toilet areas inside the bathhouse at the park and the beach. I said, well, that's not the park fees don't cover. That's the Port Authority. So you got to go take that up with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
That comedy show, you gotta let Tommy open this thing up.
Good idea.
Mr. President, could I comment on Ruby Woods, please?
Yes.
Just to clear this up. I am in discussions with Shirley Hines Land Trust right now, but for Mott's Woods, not Ruby Woods. So Mott's Woods has a land restriction on it. It can never be developed. It has to be kept a preserve. So it has really no recreational value to the city, but it has value to them on the preservation side of stretching out their habitat corridor from north to south. So it's not Ruby Woods.
It's just helping to get up again, but if the data center come in, maybe there'd be some consideration of closing the north course and turn that over to the Shirley Hines Land Trust. I know there's some really good fishing holes on that north course. We used to go fishing on there. That was when Ron Muir was the mayor, but somebody brought their boat out on the pond out there, and after that they wouldn't let us go fishing anymore. So it's maybe something we can consider in the future, especially with the maybe less maintenance out there and whatnot. So we just had our toilet area damage out there. I'm really appalled by that. That's something I might want to consider.
Thank you.
So Shannon said they may add fishing to the path. So there's gonna be some more fishing right there. Yeah, well, maybe we'll start with that. We don't want to take away the 10% discount and the North Course.
Oh.
That could be really bad.
Especially the North Course. Yeah, that was my, well, no. North Course.
Moving back to the Department finances.
Okay. Tonight on the claims docket for in municipal, we have $55,493.29. Golf petty cash is $0. Total claims $55,439.29. And I move that we pay our vendors.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Payroll number 17 from August 3rd to August 16th, paid date August 22nd. Total payroll $119,242.39. And I move that we pay our awesome employees.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
For gifts and donations, we have one LaPorte County Visitors Bureau, a blanket donation, Great Lakes Grand Prix, $5,000. Thank you to the Visitors Bureau. I move that we accept this gift and donation.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Minor transfers, none. Zoo endowment, none. Board of Works, none. Credit card charges, none. And that's it for me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments from the public? Any comments from the board members? I too went to the Oktoberfest Sunday night. It was great. And went to the Millennium Park Sunday night. It was great. So thank you and keep up the good work.
I'd like to thank Tom before he leaves. He's always looking for spots. I've been involved in youth sports for a long time, and Tommy's always looking at ways to get kids involved. He was always the first to be on the chain gang anytime he was there at Pop Warner, and that's like pulling teeth for some of the people down there. And I mean, just like I didn't even think of that, but I know the mayor's ball was for the youth sports, and he went up there and talked to her. So I salute Tom for always thinking about the kids in this town.
Yeah. Thanks, Tommy.
All right. What's your pleasure? Shall we go on?
What else you got?
I motion to adjourn, Mr. President.
Second.
Cool.
All the good news.